Hello everyone, this is your weekly cybersecurity briefing where we go beyond headlines and examine what actually matters. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through the top 10 cybersecurity development of this week, focusing not just on what happened but why it matters, why it affects, and what it signals about the future of cyber risk. Cybersecurity today is not a collection of isolated incidents, it's a connected system of threat, technologies, human behavior, and geopolitical strategy. A phishing attack is never just phishing, a vulnerability is never just a bug. Each event reflects deeper shift in how systems are built, how attackers adapt, and how defenders respond. That's the lens we will be using in this briefing. This week, the FBI issued an advisory warning about North Korean state linked threat actors using QR codes in spear phishing campaigns. The brilliance of this attack is psychological, not technical. QR code moves victim away from secured desktops into personal mobile devices, environment with weaker controls and lower monitoring. The lesson here is simple but uncomfortable. Security controls are only as strong as the weakest human interaction points. A new malware campaign is spreading the Astaroth banking Trojan through WhatsApp by hijacking trusted contacts. This is a classic trust chain attack. The message doesn't look suspicious because it comes from someone you know. This signals a shift where social platforms become primarily malware delivery mechanism, bypassing traditional email and web gateways entirely. Researchers have uncovered a China linked threat group targeting global telecom infrastructure using Linux based malware and relay nodes. Telecom networks are not just infrastructure, they are intelligence highways. Control or visibility here enables surveillance, disruptions, and secondary attacks. This reinforces a growing reality. The line between IT security and national security is increasingly theoretical. Three malicious NPM packages were found delivering a remote access Trojan. This is not an isolated incident, it's a structural weakness in how modern software is built. By assembling thousands of third party components, the takeaway is blunt. If you don't know what your software depends on, you don't know what you're running. A recent Microsoft Outlook update introduced a bug preventing access to encrypted emails. This is not about blaming vendors. It's about acknowledging that security failures can originate from well intended updates. Organizations must treat update as controlled risk event, not automatic improvements. Attackers are exploiting misconfigured email routing and weak SPF, DKIM, and DMARC policies to send phishing emails that appear internal. This is one of the most preventable attack vectors and yet one of the most abused. In cybersecurity, the basics fail more organization than advanced threats will. A US gas station operator running over 100 locations suffered a major data breach. Fuel stations, combined payment system, OT environments, and legal infrastructure, a perfect storm for attackers. Critical infrastructure security is no longer theoretical risk, it's an operational reality. A healthcare portal breach is under investigation, highlighting ongoing weaknesses in medical systems. Healthcare breaches are uniquely dangerous. They don't just expose data, they endanger lives. This sector continues to lag behind in cybersecurity maturity, despite being one of the most targeted and critical. European officials warned about over reliance on foreign technology providers. Cybersecurity is now entangled with economic independence and geopolitical resilience. Who builds your system increasingly determine who controls your risks. The UK announced a £210 million national cyber action plan, including a centralized government cyber unit. This reflects a shift from guidance to enforcement, from optional controls to mandatory resilience. Governments are finally treating cybersecurity as critical infrastructure, not IT hygiene. Across all these stories, four patterns emerge. First, social engineering continues to outperform technical exploits. Second, supply chain risk is now systematic. Third, critical infrastructure remains exposed. And fourth, governments are stepping in where market forces alone have failed. For professionals and students, the response is clear. Understand identity security deeply. Treat email and messaging platform as attack surfaces. Know your dependencies, and most importantly, think in systems, not tools. Cybersecurity is no longer about stopping hackers. It's about managing complexity in a world that keeps accelerating. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and most importantly, stay prepared. Thank you so much for watching this video.